Hello everyone, I have some accelerated footage here I'm going to be reviewing of me replaying through Letter Incremental just to show you how to get through the game. There will be timestamps in the description, and of course this guide might not always be optimal, but this guide will show you how I started, lead you to the end. First up, I wanted to save up for the letter H, which costs 100,000. Once I get the letter H, I start emptying out everything since my layout won't need other letters. B gives me an extra 4, which is why I use it, but now I need lots of the letter F. So if we just skip ahead a bit, I start getting the letter F, and if we go further ahead, I start getting the letter G. And we're going to want to put that on a diagonal pattern around to the H. And as we keep going ahead, I get more G's, filling that up. So then what's next after G? We have to get 250,000. That way we can get the letter I. So this will take a little while to save up for, but I start getting it, and now we're getting a few thousand a second. And if I skip ahead another big chunk, we're getting 17,000 a second. So what's next after we're getting all these points? Well, if we go ahead a bit, I end up saving several million, and I'm going to start building a new little layout, or I was. And here's the new layout where I use the letters J and K primarily, with some other things like E above, a couple Fs. And we get a pretty powerful layout here, getting 12,000 a second. So now, unfortunately, I don't notice right away that it's open or that I can open the cage. But now that I have noticed, I spell out cage, which causes the door to open. And since I have gotten enough from my previous layout, which was earning me 21,000, I can then throw down alpha, goes right up to 76,000. Which means, once more, I have to start saving up for the next build that we'll be using. While I'm waiting, I do start optimizing. I throw down the letter L. I think I might have misspoken earlier. This is actually around when I was able to get my second Greek letter slot. And of course, after optimizing a bit, I'll go over and you can see I scrolled out. I'm currently using alpha and beta. I'm getting 200,000 a second, and we are still sticking to K and J as our main things here, but that's when we're going to pivot to the next build. And with this build here, where we are using the letter N with everything we've been using, suddenly we're able to get 900,000, still with just those two slots. But enough is enough, and it's time for the next one. So I start putting this together, and our goal is to pass where we were before. So I use the letters Q and O for the main big stuff here. We still need M in the center. And now we're getting 2.2 million and then 2.6 million. And we just keep placing those O's. We get a third slot. I believe this build was using beta delta, and then I threw alpha in there, just to make it a little more effective. So I do switch builds here. It looks like epsilon, lambda, and iota. And as you can see, I'm just using O, G, F, E, L, just throwing in some letters that put together with our three slots are getting us now 20 million. But of course, we're going to want more optimization, so I'm going to skip ahead a bit to about here. And I think I wrote down what I was using for this part. Iota, theta, and lambda. And this is important because, as you can see, we rapidly progress with R, Q, and the main one being P. There's a few things going on there. You need K in the corner. I'm sure you don't want to worry too much about that. But now I'm starting to prepare for the next section here. And once I'm done, you're going to see why we're switching to this. As now we're getting a billion. I should probably clarify, during that last one I was using mu, beta, delta. Now this part's a bit embarrassing. I hadn't actually noticed that I had a fourth slot open, so I started optimizing a little more and just in general messing around. And then I finally had the fifth slot open, and I'm pretty sure this is when I noticed that it had happened. So I go ahead and put that in. Same layout. I'm now at 1,000,000,000,000. And finally, I notice that the last one's open, and I bring the profits to 6,000,000,000,000. And now I wait until I have enough money to move towards something that would earn just a little more. So what are we going to move towards? Let's skip ahead a few seconds. And with just a couple of changes, we're now at 31 trillion. But now that I have 2.8 quadrillion, we move to the final part of this run. We're going to just need a few things here. We're going to need 2 copies of the letter N. The A's aren't important, but something needs to be on those tiles. And then I'm going to get the letter Z, but we need one more thing. And just like that, we've beaten the game. I hope this is helpful for you all, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.